Redneck Junkyard. Now, I know a lot of you are probably like, wow, he's got some great hair. But it's not what this is about today. Today, I want to just say a little bit of why I come up with Redneck Junkyard. Basically, I've always had an interest in cars, fixing things, whatever. I always figure things out. Now, it's not just cars I work on. There's other stuff that I fix. For example, we have a lawnmower here that my dad gave me when I moved out of the house. He said it was his first lawnmower. It's basically as old as I am. We have an old Murray 1987 lawnmower. Okay. I've had it for a few years now. It's ran, it's not ran. I've had to tune it, fix it, whatever. And just for a little example and motivation here of how things can be fixed. Get my camera figured out here. All right, so here it is. Doesn't look like much, but as old as it is, wow. Don't you hate when that happens? You're pulling the string and it just comes all the way out. Stupid. She's old, it takes a minute. So, anyway, that is more or less what I do for the most part. Things that don't work, I fix them. Things that did work, I keep them running. And also, a little more that I do of a hobby, I have a fat bike that I put an electric motor on. Runs good. It's not that difficult to do, but... And then I have a mini bike here that I didn't fully fix it myself. I had a little bit of help. So there's some things that I couldn't get or whatever. But this, for the most part, is been a project for a while. It's been sitting around, and finally it starts. But so that's kind of what I do. Started off being a side gig and tried to start something before, but I just kind of gave up on it. But now I'm engaged to Cherie Smith. We got 2 kids. So a lot of different things have changed in my life to make me motivated to do something. And that something is just to help others. with whatever they need, because I've had people there for me, you know, when I was through some rough times. And there's nothing better than having some good people in your life, especially, you know, someone, I'm just going to say like me, that genuinely cares about stuff. So I mentioned earlier that I have a group page. I don't know if anybody knows or not, but it's Redneck Junkyard. The whole Redneck Junkyard thing's come from, you know, I grew up in the country, learned how to fix things. My dad taught me a lot. Then I kind of learned things on my own throughout the years. So that's why we have that. And probably one of the most difficult things that I've done was on a car, the steering was bad. We had to figure out what was wrong with it and this and that. So my dad always told me start cheap and go big. So start off some steering pumps and fluid and stuff like that. And come find out, the biggest problem was the rack and pinion. I actually took this out of the car, got it from Rock Auto, put it back together, and the steering's great on it now. But so now what I have going on is somebody actually dropped off a vehicle that I have to figure out exactly what's wrong with. So today we have a Jeep Grand Cherokee. I had this car earlier in the year. It had replaced the front brakes on it, and it was loud, so I fixed up the exhaust. It was leaking antifreeze, so I found that problem and sealed that. So now he comes to me and says, there's a loud grinding sound coming from the back. And I told him, I'll drop it off and I'll see what I can do. So I know his back brakes are bad, so we're going to start off doing that today and fix those. And then I end up getting up underneath the car to check a few other things here. I have to fucking rotate my ass. Stupid thing. So I'm up here underneath the Jeep and I take a look and we have a lot of rusted parts. Now this right here is really bad. It would be, well, sorry about that. I had a little wireless glitch going on. But I have two phones here. I have one that has a great camera that doesn't really have service, and then I have my other phone. This is unfortunately a phone that I have to use for, it's got such a better camera. So anyway, I'm gonna get my parts together and, well, I don't have the parts yet. Gotta figure out exactly what's wrong and go get them. But I'm gonna get my tools out, get the jack out, and we'll get to work, and I'll be back with you guys shortly. So if you guys are all interested, join my group page, Redneck Junkyard. See you soon.